last video, we registered a patient called Farida, who the clerk opened an outpatient visit for. So now this patient would be directed to a particular doctor's room where she would have a consultation. So what the doctor would do is go to the clinical module. In the clinical module, you can search for this particular patient if there are many patients in the active list. So if you see over here, there are just 3 patients. So what the active list means is any patient with an open visit in that hospital will show up in this list. If the patient is not in this list, you can go to the all section and search for the patient. But since over here the patient's visit was just opened, so she qualifies as an active patient. You can open this patient's dashboard. So this is the patient dashboard where you get to see a lot of information about the patient. So some basic patient information that was captured during registration is displayed on the top. A lot of this is configurable, so you can decide what information about the patient you would like to display or what clinical information you want to display. All that can be modified according to your requirements. So since this patient has been newly registered and there are no previous medical history for her available, you won't see a lot of information over here. Once that information is captured, it'll start to show up in these sections, right? So now we'll go to the consultation page for this patient. So you have a bunch of tabs over here, which are used by the doctors. So the forms that you see over here are general observation forms. So these are all the forms that are configured for a particular hospital. A specific doctor will not usually use all these forms. For example, if a doctor is not a gynecologist, he or she may not require forms like the ANC note or the delivery note, right? So what happens is these forms are not displayed on the observation page by default. There are these little icons on the corner which are like pins. So because these are pinned over here, they are showing up. The moment I unpin something, it will go away. So I have unpinned the ANC note form, so it will disappear from the screen. If the doctor wants to enter any information, all he has to do is click on the green button at the bottom and the form will show up, and if he clicks on it, it will show up on the top. So that's how all the forms show up on this page. So for this patient, the doctor would like to capture some chief complaints and some basic examination details, which are the top 2 forms. So suppose the patient comes in with the complaint of fever, chills, and say a headache. So you can add multiple chief complaints over here. So I'll add more. You can define for how many days the patient has been suffering from this particular chief complaint. So let's say this patient has had fever for 3 days. You see this accept button over here. So what this means is the chief complaint that the doctor has entered has not been previously defined in OpenMRS. So OpenMRS is something called concepts. So if a certain chief complaint has been defined as a concept, so when I entered fever, if you notice, it would come in a drop down. Right, so all these are concepts that are defined for chief complaints, and since fever is already there, we don't need to click on accept. It's a coded concept already, and for 3 days. Now let's say she has also been vomiting for the last 1 day. As you can see, vomiting has not been defined as a concept in OpenMRS, which is why you don't see a suggestive drop down. And if this is the case, the doctor will have to click on accept because this is a non-coded chief complaint. And say suppose she's been vomiting for the last 1 day, and she's also been having a lot of chills and feeling cold. For the last 1 day. Right. After noting down all the complaints that the patients have, the doctor can go ahead and enter some basic examination details. So, just some vitals like the patient's blood pressure, pulse rate, heart rate, height, weight, so on and so forth. So, suppose the patient has a normal blood pressure or systolic blood pressure, diastolic blood pressure, and say she has a pulse. Her pulse could be slightly on the higher side, so let's say 80, and say respiratory rate of 64. Let's say her weight is 70 kgs and she is 155 centimeters, right? So now that all this information has been captured, You can save this. So once this information is saved, if we go back to the patient dashboard, you'll be able to see that all that information now shows up over here. Now suppose this patient were to come back to this hospital, say 2 months or 3 months down the line, if the doctor pulls up her record like this, you will be able to see all this information even all those many days later. Right? So now that the doctor has done a basic examination and checked, the patient, the doctor thinks that this patient now might be having pneumonia. So we'll put in a diagnosis of pneumonia. So other viral pneumonia. Right. So again, if you notice, when I started typing in pneumonia, we got a long suggestive drop down. So we have actually configured all the diagnoses available as per the ICD-10 coding standards. So because the diagnosis was found in that list, I didn't have to click on accept. Otherwise, a free text diagnosis would also be allowed, wherein I would have to click on accept and proceed with my thing. So let's say this was her primary diagnosis and it is confirmed. The doctor is sure that this is what the patient is suffering from. And now that the diagnosis is done, doctor would like to prescribe some medicines for this patient. So we come to the treatment tab where you can prescribe medicines for the patient. So for pneumonia, the doctor would like to prescribe amoxicillin. So if you see, again, we have a lot of drugs that have already been set up in the system. So amoxicillin capsule of 200 mg, this is what the doctor wants to prescribe. Let's say the patient is supposed to have um, two capsules twice a day. Let's say she's supposed to have it after meals, right, for 4 days, after which the patient would have to come in for another checkup. So 4 days only. And here you can also specify when you would want the medication to start. So since this patient is right now suffering from pneumonia, the patient should start it right now. But in other cases, the doctor might want to say start having this like after a week, in which case you can specify a different date over here. So I won't be doing it for this in this scenario. And as you can see, this field over here is auto calculated based on 2 capsules twice a day for 4 days. So the pharmacy would have to, or the patient would have to buy a total of 16 capsules of amoxicillin. And if the doctor would also want to specify any additional instructions for the patient, for example, avoid certain kinds of foods, or let's say avoid uh, spicy food for a week, or while the patient is on this medication, the doctor can always specify that. And once the information is entered, you just add the prescription. So now that the patient is done entering all information for this patient, he will save it. Now what happens in Kaliganj is when a doctor prescribes a medicine, there is an in-house pharmacy also where the patients can go and get the drugs from. So the doctor would have to give a, what do you say, have to give a prescription printout so that the patient can go to that particular, go to the pharmacy and collect the medicine. So what happens in Kaliganj is when you give a print order over here, a printer at the pharmacy will produce a printout and the pharmacist can refer to that and hand out all the required drugs. So